Shalom. Ko holo Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rahakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone, peace, and salutations to the hopeful elect scattered throughout the four corners of the globe. My name is Barad Debal, coming to you from the GMS campus, Indianapolis. And to all those listening and learning to you, I say Shalom, especially to you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians that make up the 12 tribes of Israel. Today, I'm just going to go over some basic scriptures dealing with false witness. And as you can see here, this is one rumor, and it was over for Chingy. And so I'm going to give an example of how bearing false witness can destroy a career. But as the scriptures say, those who do wickedly and such as do bear false witness will not go unpunished. So let's get right into it. I'm going to start with the scripture. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 6, verses 16 through 19. And this is, as we go through it, this is the wicked, Esau, Edom, so-called white man, starting with the top elite banking families. And of course, all those that do wickedly, 2/3 of our people would walk in the same manner. And of course, as we are in the last days, we're seeing that, the proud and those who are all over the world, are moving in many of these ways, okay, to keep it simple. So I'm going to read this, but the main point is in 19. It says, "These 6 things doeth the Lord hate. Yea, 7 are an abomination unto him." So these 6 things, and the 7th, all 7 are completely and utterly filthy, wicked acts. It says, "A proud look, a lying tongue, hands that shed innocent blood, a heart that deviseth wicked imaginations, feet that be swift in running to mischief, a false witness that speaketh lies, and he that soweth discord among brethren." So the main point we want to hit on today is a false witness that speaketh lies. And so when you get this here, this is I asked a question in ChatGPT. It says, why is false witnessing so damaging? It says false witnessing, also called bearing false witness, is so damaging because it strikes at the foundation of trust, which holds relationships, communities, and justice systems together. Now, we are under the rulership of these elite banking families, and starting with our head apostles and elders, the bishops, those that teach the likewise doctrine, have shown that, and first actually starting with, Yahushai, because there were false accusations, and accusing the righteous. And so that much more, is going to come down on the righteous. But then, of course, people are going to find ways to get a one-up. These elite bankers, they know that Yahushua is returning. And, of course, he's putting false accusations we will be bringing forth false accusations, false accusing the brotherhood and those who are doing righteously. But in this particular case, this is an example, with Chingy. And this has happened all throughout, America. We've done a series of violence against thy brother Jacob, and you find that throughout that series, you've had many false witnesses, many men who were falsely accused of raping women, so-called white women, maybe stealing, and as a result, hundreds of people, if not thousands of homes, were either destroyed, people unalived, all because of this accusation that was pushed falsely. And a lot of the narratives are pushed in the media. You have a lot of men in today's so-called Black, Hispanics, and Native American men whose faces are being plastered all over the news for such things of like the scripture say, thou shalt not steal, kill, bear false witness. Many of these men have been put to the forefront, saying that they have ravished or raped so-called white woman or woman in general. They did several years in jail. And then you have an Innocence Project that has come and helped get these men released. And you can look these up and you see there's hundreds of men, so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians that fell under that. So it says it destroys personal trust when someone lies about another person, especially in a serious matter. It damages reputations, breaks friendships and families, create long-term suspicion. So I'm just going to touch on maybe a few more. It was we can go through these real quick. It says it corrupts justice. In the legal or formal settings, false testimonies can wrongfully convict innocent people, like I was speaking before, protect guilty individuals. So a lot of times when women raise these accusations, they never really, in the past, they would go into the past of the one that's being accused, but they never really dissect those who's making the accusations. Okay. And it says undermine faith in courts and leadership. Okay. Because historically, miscarriages of justice have often been traced back to dishonest witnesses. And of course, this is starting with, as the leaders are, roughly paraphrasing, so are the people. Okay. It undermines social stability. Okay. So you have now women being able to just go and, they take a picture, as we're going to show, with an athlete, and then they claim that this athlete, did unthinkable things to them, and this athlete may have only just took the picture, or this rapper may have just only took a picture, or a person in general. And then, of course, if this person is married, then now the wife is bringing up suspicions. It's destroying families. The children, if this person has children, are affected. Now their name is posted throughout all media, and just as fast as it goes out through the media, then when it comes out to be false, it just really gets swept under the rug as nothing. No one gives the work, just as much work as it was to bear the false witness. Not much work is put out there to the world to confirm that, hey, everything was a lie. And so this is one reason why people are going to have to pay. It says it violates moral and spiritual principles. As it says in the Bible, false witness is condemned in 10 Commandments. So let's go ahead and get that. We're going to go, we'll go ahead and get it. This is the book of Exodus chapter 20, verse 16. It says, thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. All right. And so we understand, we read what that is. But a lot of times the false witnessing, it comes into because they have covetous. They covet after what their neighbor has. And so we go right into 17. It says, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his manservants, nor his maidservants, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is thy neighbor. So an inordinate desire of people causes them to do a lot of manner of things to get ahead. And they will lie, they will cheat, they will bear false witness. And so we have to, just be careful. And of course, we mark those who cause those types of divisions. This is the book of Exodus. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 23, verse 1. It says, "Thou shalt not raise a false report. Put not thy hand with the wicked to be an unrighteous witness." So there's those who, when the wicked, start to set a case, like another example, Michael Jackson. He, for whatever reason, there was accusations of him messing with little children. And there's been a huge projection that's been going on with these top elites, because now it's coming out that the ones that probably were more likely in this list had probably aided in the false witnessing and bringing witnesses against Michael Jackson, for an example. But we may or may never know until, time tells. But there's now information coming out after many years, and now he's no longer here, that a lot of these people were told, a lot of these young children were told and coerced by their parents, by authorities to bear false witness, to say that Michael Jackson indeed touched them. And now they're coming out. Many have come out and said that it was a complete lie. And so the Lord is exposing all of it, and many of these people will have to pay. So let's get this video with Chingy. And because a lot of times, the vindication really only goes as far as, a few people finding out that, it was never true. But this hangs over his head even into this day. So we're going to check this out. We'll get one more scripture, and then we'll end it there. And the person, he's going to explain it. Here we go. And again, this is at no bad bars. And again, this is educational purposes only. I'm not looking to monetize or anything like that. Here, check it out.
And realizing that a viral lie just cost your entire career. That's exactly what happened to Chingy.
Sydney Starr made some allegations, started some rumors.
Yep.
That you and her had a relationship.
Yep.
Sydney openly admitted, which I think was very classy, and the right
damage was done at that point, though. I remember I had a show. Me and Chris had a show. I think Twister was there as well in Chicago. Before Chris went on, me and the crew and everybody, we going on stage. We finna go up there and go on stage, fuck with Chris, and just check the show out. Well, with some girls who we thought was all girls on stage in body paint dancing. While I'm on stage, one happened to say they're a fan of mine and want a picture. I took the picture. Next thing you know, 2 years later, all of this false stuff comes out nobody knows nothing about. And that's literally how that went.
Early 2000s, Chingy's everywhere. Hit records, tours, whole thing. He takes a simple fan photo with a dancer, thinks nothing of it, and years later, the same person goes online and claims they were in a relationship.
I had a lot of people in my ears. I had a lot of people saying like, girl, do you know woo woo woo? If you do this, baby, you gonna be on top. You gonna be all over the blogs. And I was like, I have been trying to get out there like that. Cause this backup dancing thing ain't been doing too good. Like I've been doing these gigs here and there.
Okay, so it looks like it froze on me. Let's see if I can get it to go. Well, let's get this last scripture. And you can go there to see the whole video. This is the last scripture. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 19, verse 9. It says, "A false witness shall not be unpunished, and he that speaketh lies shall perish." So not only is this person is laden with iniquity, sin upon sin, because this actually was, this person that was speaking is actually a man that transformed itself. Not only on top of that, but now, trying to pursue a career and build themselves up off the energy and the stardom or celebrity of someone else. So eventually they will receive their punishment as the Lord has spoke. So I hope that this lesson was edifying, uplifting, exhorting to elect body of true believers. Before I end, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rahahakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect scattered throughout the four corners of the globe. Until next time, all those listening and learning to you, I say Shalom.